When they completed all this, all the Israelites who were present went out to the cities of Judah, and they smashed the monuments and cut down the Asherim, and they demolished the high places and the altars from all Judah and Benjamin and Ephraim and Manasseh until they had completely destroyed them. And all the children of Israel returned, each man to his inheritance, to their cities. Hezekiah stationed the divisions of the priests and the Levites in their divisions, each man according to his service, for the priests and for the Levites, for burnt offerings and for peace offerings, to minister and to thank and praise in the gates of the camps of the Lord. The king's portion from his possessions, for the burnt offerings of the morning and the evening, and the burnt offerings for the Sabbaths, and for the new moons, and for the appointed seasons, as is written in the law of the Lord. And he commanded the inhabitants of Jerusalem to give the portion of the priests and the Levites in order that they be strengthened in the law of the Lord. When the word burst forth, the children of Israel increased the first of corn, wine, oil, honey, and all the increase of the field, and the tithes of everything they brought in abundance. Children of Israel and Judah who lived in the cities of Judah, they too brought tithes of large cattle and small cattle, and the tithes of sacred things consecrated to the Lord their God, and they gave many stacks. In the third month they commenced to lay the foundations of the stacks, and in the 7th month they finished. Hezekiah and his officers came, and they saw the stacks, and they blessed the Lord and his people Israel. Hezekiah demanded of the priests and the Levites concerning the stacks. Azariah, the chief priest of the house of Zadok, said to him, and he said, from the beginning of bringing the heave offering to the house of the Lord, we ate to satiety and left over in abundance, for the Lord had blessed his people, and what is left over is this abundance. Hezekiah ordered to prepare the chambers in the house of the Lord, and they prepared them. And they brought it, the heave offerings and the tithes and the sacred things faithfully, and over them was the ruler, Conaniah the Levite, and Shimei his brother, the second in command, Jehiel and Azaziah and Nahath and Asahel and Jeremoth and Josabad and Eliel and Ismachiah and Machath and Benaiah, appointees under the jurisdiction of Conaniah and Shimei his brother, by the command of King Hezekiah, and Azariah the ruler of the house of God. And Korah the son of Imnah, the Levites, the gate sentry of the east gate, was over the donations of God, to give the heave offerings of the Lord and the most holy of the sacred things. Next to him are Eden and Benjamin, and Jeshua, and Shemaiah, Amariah, and Shechaniah in the cities of the priests, and officers of trust to give their brethren in the divisions, to the great as to the small. Besides those who trace their genealogy of the males from 3 years old and upwards, for everyone who comes to the house of the Lord for his daily necessities, for their service and their watches according to their divisions, and the priests who trace their genealogy to the house of their fathers, and the Levites from 20 years old and upward, in their watches and their divisions. And for all those whose genealogy was traced, concerning all their infants, their wives, and their sons and daughters of every congregation, for with their faith they consecrated the holy things. For the sons of Aaron, the priests, in the field of the open land of their cities, in every city were men who were mentioned by names, to give portions to every male among the priests, and to all who traced their lineage among the Levites. Hezekiah did accordingly in all the cities of Judah, and he did what was good and proper and true before the Lord his God. And in every deed that he commenced, in the service of the house of God and in the law, in the commandment to seek God. He did with all his heart and prospered.